Well, hello, this is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. Today I am diving into the word of the week by Prepared From Above, and she's been bringing out these words from January that you focus on a word for the week. It has 5 scriptures so that you can go through it from Monday to Friday, or if you miss a day, you still have the weekend kind of to catch up. And these words then is shown in the scriptures that she gives you to study for that week. And it has all of these super cute elements, so many elements. You can really make just a bunch of things with it. And I've been loving these. I've been using them in my planner, and this time I wanted to do a Bible journaling entry. So the verse is Philippians 2 verse 13, and I am scribbling an iced mint. I think it's the metallic mint color. It's an older color in the gelato range, so I think it's with the metallics set, and it's got this beautiful kind of mint vibe that these printables also have. It's a little bit darker than the printable one, but nonetheless, and I'm just scribbling it onto my page. No prep, no gesso, no nothing, just scribbling it onto my page and then using my finger to kind of blend it in. It doesn't have to be perfect, so that's the whole idea of it. And it really is pretty much the easiest way to create some texture. Next up, I'm taking a stencil. This is kind of a doily stencil, and a wet wipe, and I'm picking up the color with the wet wipe through that stencil. So this is a very intricate stencil. It needed some hand power, and then I heat set this. So there is a thing with gelatos where if you use your fine liners or your felt tip pens on top of gelatos tend to ruin the pens. And this has been for a very long time kind of the reason why people prefer to use the Neo colors as opposed to the gelatos, because the gelatos has that waxy buildup. But I found that if you heat set it properly, I mean like really heat set it, it actually has a smell. You can smell it melting kind of into the page with no bleed through, just setting the color. And it just, I love how it works. So these bow clippies and little pom-pom clips, paper clips, I wanted to use as a kind of actual paper clip. So I just cut it so that I could slip it into or onto this little card. I wanted to use all of the elements. Again, like I said, so many. You can do multiple entries with these printables. And it has varieties in colors. So maybe you don't like the pink trolley, you want the mint trolley. There's a mint trolley. And yeah, just all kinds of stunning colors. Getting right into the verse. The verse is in, like I said, Philippians 2 verse 13. And it says, "For it is God who works in you, both to will and to work for his good pleasure." And in that way, fulfilling his promise to you. And maybe in your heart, you're saying that it's just not you. You don't think you can do this journey because you're not like that or like this or whatever the situation may be. I want to encourage you today that the word of God says to you that it is him who works in you, in your fallen nature, in your flawed self. It is God who works in you, both to will, so that you want to, and to actually do the good things that he's purposed for you to do for his pleasure. It's for his glory, for his pleasure. It's not even really about you. And that sounds like uncaring, but trust me, I thank God that he doesn't let me do some of the things I want to do in my fallen nature sometimes. So I'm glad that he has taken over in that way, and wills and works within me to do good. Using the little washi strips in just random places, like it's holding the pieces of paper and things like that together. And here is then where I show you that you can in fact use your well, first let's do the date stamp, which when I inked it up with this color, my ink on that pen is a little bit dry, so I did take the Creative Retreat. I think this is the Rose Corsage ink, and I stamped out my date with that one. And then I'm gonna get my pens here in a minute, hopefully less than a minute. And I'm going to use various nib sizes just to show you that it's not just with the thicker ones, the thinner ones also work just fine. There's no build-up, there's no kind of residue. My pens kind of just glide over it. So if your surface is heat set properly, you can then write over it with your felt tip pens. This is a Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen, which is, you know, a beautiful pen to write with, but it was horrible on gelatos before if you don't have it heat set. So I'm just writing my verse, and I'm emphasizing that it is God who does it, and it's for his good pleasure, not my own, not my own will or my own way, really just the God way. And I'm taking my pen and writing on that little tag on the right hand side, thank you that you fulfill your promises to me. And that then is pretty much that. But wait, first splatters. So I'm taking a Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen in a brush nib and scribbling it on some plastic, adding some water, and then splattering it over my page, and make sure to let that dry. Once it dries, it does not move because everything is heat set. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.